Hey everybody, thanks for watching the video. Something's been bothering me as of late, in fact for a long time, and that is just straight up the two-party system in this country. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the Democrats, the Republicans, it's all you ever hear about. And, I've heard bits and pieces, but sometimes I wonder how we've gotten into this mess to begin with. So let's take a little trip back in time and see how it all got started. Now, you think they come up with something a little more creative than a two-party system, right? Well, buckle up. George Washington himself said that political parties would lead to, quote, the alternate domination of one faction over another, end quote. Sounds to me like a terrible idea, doesn't it? But guess what? They did it anyway. In the early days of American politics, you had the Federalists, led by Alexander Hamilton, that guy from the musical, They were all about a strong central government, a national bank, and close ties with Britain. Then you have the Democratic Republicans, like Democratic-Republicans, led by Thomas Jefferson and James Madison, who were more into states' rights and a strict interpretation of the Constitution. These two groups couldn't agree on much of anything, if that sounds familiar. They bickered, they fought about every issue. This created a rift between them, and thus the two-party system was born. It was like watching two siblings argue, but instead of fighting over the remote, they're fighting over the entire country. But at least they had some better names, right? The Federalists, the Democratic Republicans. Nowadays, we're just stuck with Democrats and Republicans. It's like someone ran out of creativity when naming them. Like, hey, how about we take half of the name from the old party and call it a day? Sounds good, Frank. So the 19th century rolls around and things get even more complicated. The Federalists fade away and the Democratic Republicans split into factions. You got the Democrats led by Andrew Jackson, the tough guy who liked duels and hated banks. And then there are the Whigs, who were more into economic protectionism and modernization. And just like that, we're back to the two parties. It's like a bad sequel to a movie nobody ever asked for. I guess we just can't help ourselves. We need to have two sides constantly bickering and fighting. It's like we're addicted to the drama. Now, you might be wondering at this point, how do we end up with the Republicans? Well, in the 1850s, the Whigs fell apart and the anti-slavery folks decided to form their party. They picked the name Republican because it sounded cool. It had this whole back to our roots type vibe. I guess that worked because they managed to get Abraham Lincoln elected as president, and before that and the rest is history. But it's funny when you think about it. This two-party system has been around for over 2 centuries, and we still haven't figured out how to make it work. It's like we have a broken car and we keep trying to fix it with duct tape and hope. Sure, it might hold together for a little while, but eventually it's going to fall apart again. The thing is, folks, we don't have to keep doing this. We can change. We can break away from this two-party system that has held us back for so long. Imagine a world where there's more than just two options on the ballot. A world where we can have real debates and discussions about the issues that matter instead of just mudslinging and name-calling. But, of course, that would require effort and change. And let's be honest, we're not really good at that, are we? It's like trying to get your lazy cousin to clean his room, because it would be better for everyone involved if he did, but he's just comfortable with the filth. People are comfortable with the filth, but they don't know how much filth is about to hit them. I guess the real question is, are we willing to break the cycle? Are we willing to step outside of our comfort zone and challenge the status quo? Or are we just going to keep watching the political sitcom that season after season never really gets funny, and we know deep down it's never really going to get any better, but it consumes all of our time? Listen, it's up to us, America. We can just keep laughing at the absurdity of it all and let the world burn around us, or we can take a stand and demand something different. The two-party system might be deeply ingrained in our history, but it doesn't have to be our future. I want you to think about that. Think about the kind of world you want to live in, and what kind of political system you would rather be a part of. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about Democrats and Republicans, it's about all of us, the people of this country, and the kind of country we want to create for ourselves and future generations. And hey, if nothing else, we can at least say we tried, right? Even if we don't manage to change the system, we can take comfort in the fact that we're not alone in our frustrations, because if there's one thing that unites us all, it's our mutual disdain for the two-party system. So let's raise a glass to our shared misery and toast to the hope that maybe, just maybe, we can break free from this mess that we've created. Remember, if you want to see real change, it starts with you. So go out there and get involved. Now, one more bit of business. Before you go off into the night, I've got a little favor to ask you. You see, I've got this online store, and it's just full of amazing merch on this very topic. So if you feel passionately about this messed up two-party system as I do, why not show your support by picking up some cool gear? It might make you feel better, and you'll look great while protesting the status quo. And hey, while you're at it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I know everybody says that, but seriously, it helps a ton. And the more people we have on board with this, the more likely we are to make a difference. So go ahead, smash the buttons, and let's get this thing moving. Also, sharing is caring. So if you enjoyed this video, spread the word, share it with your friends, your family, your neighbor's dog, anybody that'll listen. Finally, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I couldn't do this without you. Now, go out there, make some noise. All right, catch you next time.